Tune in as James Cruz brings you Managed Money. Listen to James offer up his insights on investor behaviour, wealth management and strategies on how to retire right.
Hi and welcome to episode 6 of Managed Money. James Cruz here from Evolution Financial Planning, looking at presenting, a difference around our previous episodes. The previous episodes we've tried to give an explanation of managed money and how that applies to you. Maybe because I'm living close to Byron Bay and Nimbin, I really want to provide an insight into the money mindset into growing wealth. This might sound a little bit airy-fairy, but I certainly believe it's a very strong foundation in making sure that your mindset is directly linked to your wealth creation plans. I guess there's a number of authors that I've read over the years, and in the links on our post here, we've provided you some details on those readings. Probably the first one who had the most influence was, Australia's original money commentator, and that is Noel Whittaker. I certainly got his original book, and it provided just some common sense approaches, practical common sense approaches in how to manage money. And it's from there that I gained my first interest in financial planning as an industry to work in. And, I'm really passionate about helping people make right decisions with their money and getting well structured and organized, hopefully so they never have to worry about money again. And the Noel Whittaker book certainly was the first one that I read that gave me some great insights there. I've spoken about him before, and I've I've posted a link to the YouTube videos. But Nick Murray and his book, Simple Wealth, Inevitable Wealth, is just one of the most practical, common sense books around money management. I know there's a firm in the US called Richest Wealth, and one of their leading advisors, Downtown Josh Brown, which is his Twitter handle. Josh Brown has certainly explained that Nick Murray was one of the great influences in his career and him developing his business the way that it's set up. So they were two of the early readings from the mid-90s to early 2000s that I read considerably, and I know that they form the foundation of how I look at money and how I manage money. Another reading which you may or may not have heard of, but it's probably a precursor certainly to the teachings of Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins, is a chap by the name of Napoleon Hill. Now, Napoleon Hill has literally sold millions of his book, Think and Grow Rich. So it's really a mindset book, and it gives a very succinct and clear direction in how to think about money. And in particular, it really relates to creating value. So the wealth that you accumulate, the income that you generate, the opportunities that get attracted to you, which is certainly part of manifestation, are all directly linked to how you think and how much value can you create to those around you. I know in our business, we try to provide significant value. We want to be one of those high value firms where people, irrespective of the fee, that they feel that they are getting commensurate value for the work that we undertake for them. So if you relate the value in your own lives, in your own careers, it's really trying to look at your position, even if you're in a job that you're not really enjoying at this stage. But if you're able to think about who can I create the most value to? If you're an employee, if you can create huge value for your employer, it makes it very difficult for them to get rid of you. Also, it gives you so much leverage if you're ever wanting to negotiate a pay increase, if the employer totally understands the value that you create to them. If you're simply working 9 to 5 and not creating or reducing a workload or assisting your other workmates, it makes it difficult to leverage it all. But if you're able to do those little extra 5%ers, they're the things that employers and business owners appreciate, and they're the things that are going to hold you in good stead when you're looking to grow and create your wealth. Hopefully, these points give you an understanding that thinking differently about your positions and the value that you're going to create for people is really just opening up your mindset. And I can tell you now, the opportunities will start to flow. It is a manifestation, it's an intangible asset, but you need to take that initial step to be able to at least think about this. And the worst thing that can happen is you end up with a more positive attitude and mindset. And that's never been bad for anyone. So I thank you for listening. I really appreciate the support that we've been getting with Managed Money. There's plenty of people who are listening. What I'd love you to be able to do, if you can, is if you do get onto the anchor.fm platform, on the left side is the messages tab. We would love you to leave any of your tough finance questions on there. Please record any questions that you might have. And for the first 5 messages that we receive or questions that are requested, we're going to send you a Noel Whittaker book, which is personally autographed by him. So hopefully there's a bit of an incentive there to provide your financial questions to us. So once again, I thank you for your time, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Cheers.